Just before you go, Sarah, the Sydney Morning Herald reports today that you had a confrontation with the ABC 7:30 host Sarah Ferguson. This was in the corridors of Parliament House, and it was over the doctored Donald Trump speech. Now, the Herald reports that Sarah Ferguson told you to get your facts right, that she confronted you. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I was having a very pleasant catch-up with Raph Epstein, of course, who hosts the breakfast program on ABC Radio in Melbourne, passed Sarah in the corridor, and she turned around and basically came back to me and said, in a very robust way, I have to say, Sherry, please stop attacking my journalism. Now, I was in the middle of trying to initiate an inquiry into the ABC and principally concerned with the ABC's statutory obligation to disseminate news and information impartially and accurately. And I had raised concerns about the way in which she had edited that Four Corners program, Downfall. She had a very different view. I am disappointed that what I thought was a private conversation has been leaked to the newspaper. I didn't do it. Raph Epstein tells me he didn't do it, so I can only conclude who might have done it. But look,
and were you
I'm
robust back to
willing
her?
to.
Were you frank back to her?
I probably not quite as robust as Sarah. I did have to ask her to stop putting her finger in my face. She was pointing fairly aggressively at me at one point. And look, I appreciate that she's under a bit of pressure. There was an interview she did with Susan Lee a few weeks ago where she was also criticised for being overly aggressive, basically interrupting Susan some 35 times. But our job as senators, and particularly because I sit on the Environment and Communications Committee, is to ensure the ABC is the very best it can be. It's a publicly funded national broadcaster, and so I have a very important job to do. And so I'll always welcome a conversation with any ABC journalist. My doors are always open in terms of discussing these matters, but I was a little confronted by the public corridor discussion that I had with Sarah.
All right. Sarah Henderson, appreciate your time as always. Thank you.